what is software testing, why software testing, and then the quality and these all things. These concepts we have covered, like why software has the bugs, and I started this SDLC. So mainly the SDLC means software development life cycle. So here, in order to develop any application or product, so we need to follow some process to design, develop, and test that particular software application. So the companies use this software development life cycle, and they have designed some of the SDLC models. So out of that, one of that is like waterfall model, and another one is like V model, and we'll have some spiral model and another things also. But those are not that much important. But I will cover in a high level even the spiral model also. So so these are the different type of models which they use to develop the particular software application. So out of that, the first one is like waterfall model. So coming to waterfall model, like here, if you see here, uh, the first thing is the requirements phase, right? So we need to get the requirements from customer. Uh, so the vendor who is going to develop that particular application, so he will get some requirements from the customer. So what they will do, the vendor will first analyze the requirements, and according to that they will decide everything, like how many people need to complete this project, what will be the budget of this project, and what are the challenges involved in completion of this project, or whether we can do this according to the requirements or not. Like that they will analyze each and everything. So here, once the requirement phase is completed, and after they are cleared with this one requirement, so then they will start design phase. Here in design phase, like technical architects will involve, and what they will do is according to the requirements, they will start designing that particular requirements, like in a modules wise, high level module design and low level module design, like that. Means module means nothing but functionalities. Suppose if you take any like booking site like Redbus or something like that, so login is one of the functionality, and then getting the buses from the different vendors is another functionality, and booking is another functionality, payment is another thing. So like that there will be different type of things, and they will design this high level design initially according to the requirements. What are the major functionalities involved in that particular project, and then from where the flow will be, from where to where the application flow will be, like first login, and then booking section, and then like payment. So like that there will be like insurance applications and the retail applications on different type of thing. So first they will analyze the requirements. After that, according to the requirements, they will design the major functionalities, and then once they got the clarity on the major functionality design, and they will start design the low level design, like small functionalities out of that major functionalities. Again they will design the low level functionalities. So that will be comes under like a design phase. Architect team will start design according to the requirements, both in high level and low level. So here, once the design phase is completed, then development means coding will start by the dev team, development team. So according to the design, so they will start creating the code according to the functionalities. What are the functionalities involved, and they will divide among themselves uh, the functionality first which we need to cover, and then what is the next according to the design. So like that they will start coding. So once everything is completed in the coding phase, then they will move that particular code to the testing environment. So here, what testing team will do? So they will start uh, executing that particular test cases, whether those are working according to the requirements or not. So whatever the dev team designed the code, they will test that particular code, whether that is working fine according to the functionality or not. So once everything is completed in the testing phase, like all the bug, if we got any bugs, will raise and they will fix those. Dev team will fix those bugs, and after fixing again, testing team will retest. And if these all things are completed, everything then everything is working fine. In that case, they will move that particular thing to the deployment is nothing but the production environment. So once it move to the production environment, then they will do one round of user acceptance testing like that, and then it will be in the maintenance phase. As I told you, suppose if you take the IRCTC application, TCS or some vendor has designed that one. So, but they have designed this one and they have completed and moved to production. I think long back, but now also they need to maintain that application. Otherwise, we'll face so many problems. Even during the Tatkal time, we used to face so many problems, right? So because of the server problem and these all things. So 24 hours they should maintain that particular application. Otherwise, it will get some problems in the production environment. So these are the things which is involved. So these are the normal things which will be involved in each and every project. So initially, what software companies has followed is like waterfall model. They have designed this one. So according to that, they used to follow in order to develop the application, like stage by stage. So here, if you see, the main thing here is like, as of now, you have any doubts? You can ask me in between also. So like here, the advantage is like which we are doing here, main thing is after the requirement phase is completed, till the requirement phase is completed, the design phase will not start. And again, till the design phase is not completed, the development phase will not start. The same way, each and everything will be there. So in order to start the design phase, that requirement phase should be completed. In order to uh, start the development process, the design should be completed. So like that, uh, like in order to start the testing development, the whole development of the application should be completed. So like that here, uh, we need to wait till the first phase should be completed. So here, if you, but here the advantages is to follow this waterfall model, like the product quality will be good here. Why? Because once after the first phase is completed, the product quality, the outcome of the product quality will be good if we follow the waterfall model. Like I can write here, advantages. One of the advantages is like the product quality it will get is good. And here another advantage is like since requirement changes are not allowed, like here if you see, once the requirement gathering and everything is completed, then design phase will start. So like that we are following, right? So here once the requirements gathering and everything is completed, then during this whole process, during this particular release, so will not accept any new requirements. Once the requirements are finalized, then we'll work on only those requirements till these all phases are completed for that particular release. If that particular customer has new requirements, then they will come after this all the phases are completed, then they will come for the new release or for the new updates. But the new requirements are not accepted when we are in the development phase or when we are already in the testing phase of these particular requirements what we have received during starting of this project. If some one new requirement uh, got for the client, but we can't do that particular thing in the waterfall model. So that is the thing. But as we follow that one, we are not allowing the requirements, right? So because of that, the chances of coming bugs may be less here. Why? Because if the continuous changing of the requirements are there, then we may get more bugs. So that is one of the advantage in waterfall model. The getting bugs may be less here compared to the remaining models, which I will tell you later. So you will get more clarity once we complete the remaining models also. As of now, you can think like that. How I am saying, another one is like initial investment is less. Why? Because so when the project is in requirement stage, right? So we no need of these all people, right? So we no need of this design and development people, design architects, and then testing team. So with less investment, so initially they can start the project, and then they can have this design team. So till that time, only these two will be there. So during the design phase, we no need of these all things like development testing people will not required. So once the design is completed, then the development team they can come into this project. So like that, after the development team is completed, the testing team will come to this project. So like that, as we are doing, the initial investment is less. Right here, by seeing this one, the initial investment is less. And another thing is like as we are having different type of projects, this waterfall model is means mainly useful for small projects. Though they used to follow this waterfall model initially for almost all the projects, but this will be mainly used for the small type of projects. Very good. Uh, this process, this SDLC process, waterfall SDLC process, was mainly used for the small type of projects, like compared to the large projects. So now also we can use this waterfall model. Some companies even now also they are using, like if there is some small type of project. So that is the main concepts for waterfall model. So here we can have some disadvantages. I will tell now. Because of some disadvantages only the next models will come, right? So here, as the requirements changes are not allowed, so we'll not include that particular requirement. Suppose uh, if the requirements are finalized, so in order to complete these all phases, you can think like it will take 6 months. So if the client has one new requirement, so once the requirement phase is completed, during the design phase only, he may get one new requirement, right? But here it will not accept. So in order to complete that particular requirement, uh, we need to wait till 6 months to include that particular requirement in this project, in this particular application, right? So that is one of the drawback, as the requirement changes will not be allowed here. That is one of the drawback here. And testing will start only after coding. Like once all the coding is completed, then only the testing team will start coding. So this is also like suppose if you see the next models where almost all simultaneously it will happen, but here the testing will happen after all the coding has been completed. Like suppose okay, I will tell later, but now as of now you can consider as like this is the one of the disadvantage. Why? Because I will tell you in a high level. Like suppose if some piece of code if we are doing, then if we are getting some bug, then directly we can raise that will be solved in that particular duration. I think 4 to 5 days. But here, after all the code is completed, suppose for coding part if it takes around 3 months, so that will be the all code will be there instead of small code in that particular thing when we are testing. So during that time, like so it will take so much time, right, to fix that bug till the time that bug was there in that particular application. So like that it will be. So that is one of the disadvantage. Like testing will start after completion of all the coding. Till that time we can't do anything. Testing team will remain. Testing team, no need of the testing team till that time, till the coding is completed. So these are the disadvantages, like for waterfall model. And then the next one is like spiral model. This is not required. The main major things are like waterfall model and V model is enough. But here I will tell you like high level. So here, spiral model is generally suitable for the product-based company. Do you know the difference between product-based and service-based, right? So like here, service-based means we'll provide service. Suppose our all companies like Capgemini, TCS, and these all things. So they will provide service for different type of companies. Suppose insurance companies, banking, retail, merchandising. So these all things, for those all things they will provide the service to the different type of clients. That's what they are like a service based company. And then the product based means suppose if you take Oracle or Google or Facebook, they will develop their products for the users, for not the particular clients, for all the users, like not only particular, like suppose if we are doing insurance, suppose LIC project, only the LIC users can use that particular application. Suppose the ARCTC, only the people who want to book the ticket, then only they can use the application. But if you take the WhatsApp, Facebook, Google, so everyone can access this one. So that's what that is, like product based company. So if you come here, like these particular software development life cycle model, one of the model, spiral model. So this model will be like ideal for product based. Why? Because see, if you see here, these all things are involved. Whatever the requirement phase, design phase, development, testing, deployment, maintenance. These all phases will be included in the spiral model. But here, how it will be is like from here, see planning, risk analysis, engineering, evaluation. So this is nothing but this one only, like testing, coding, requirements gathering, risk analysis, project evaluation is nothing but these things only. So these all things will be completed in, see, from here to here. This is one phase, and then from here to here, this is another phase, and then this is from here to here another phase. So like how it will be is, so if you see from here to here, these all phases will be completed. But what is the difference is they will take some small requirements and they will complete within like if you take an example, like we'll get some updates to the mobile, right? So initially they have included some software in our mobile or Microsoft or something like that. Like we'll get some updates regularly. So initially they have like from here to here they have included some of the software, right? Instead of taking all the requirements, suppose if you have if you consider here in waterfall model, like suppose if you have 100 requirements, but here you can consider it as like 10 requirements they are doing here. Like these all things, first they will take 10 requirements and then they will do design this one and then development and then testing, deployment, maintenance. Okay, so this particular phase is completed and they will release to the production and users can use that one. And then what will happen if they have some, then they will take another 20 requirements like that. Or maybe they have only 10 requirements initially, they have completed all thing, and if they got some 5 requirements again, then they will start doing this thing again. These all phases will be done once again. The new requirements, suppose if we have 5 requirements or 10 requirements, then again they will do and they will release as a uh, update, like an update. We'll get some updates, right? So that in the already existing code they will include some new code, so that we'll get some new functionalities to the existing application. Like that here also, from here to here they will do once again. Suppose if they have like 100 requirements, then again 10, again 10, again 10, like that. So that within short time it will come to the user and they can use. And then once again they will implement the updates, and then once again they will updates means nothing but the new requirement. So that here, like it is an iterative model. So it will repeat the same stages every time. Like in every cycle, like a new software will be released here to the customer. In every cycle, this we can consider as one cycle, and again this will consider as another cycle. Again, this will be considered as another cycle. So like that, it will be like software will be released in multiple versions here. So one of the first one is like 1.0 version, and then this one is 2.0, and then this one like we'll get like in Java, or this one will get updates, right? Like Java 7.0, 8.0, 11.0, like that. So what they will have some new requirements included in the existing application. Like that, this is suitable for the product based. Like here the main advantage is like testing is done in every cycle, right? As I told you, like for all the requirements for each and every phase, these all things are involved. As these all things are involved in each and every phase, the testing will be done, right? So like before going to the next phase, so for this thing the testing is completed, and then for if we include this particular release, for this thing the testing will be done, and for this thing the testing will be done. So that at the initial phase itself, if there are any bugs in that particular 10 requirements, then this will be completed. Again, in the new requirements if we got, then already this code is perfect, right? So there will be less chances of getting bugs in the existing one due to this new changes, right? So like that, it will be one of the advantage. So if I am going fast, you can tell me so that I will explain once again. So like that it will be. And requirement changes here allowed, right? So as suppose if we have 100 requirements, I told like here, or like that, first if we complete that thing, then if we have the new requirements, then we can have it in the next cycle itself. So which will take less time compared to this one. Instead of completing all the requirements and then taking again the new requirements here, as we are doing very small things, so the requirement the new requirements will come into the live in very less span. So that is one of the advantage here. right? So like that it will be. So the disadvantages here is like the requirement changes are not allowed in between the cycle. Again, even though the requirements are will come live within short span compared to waterfall model, but during this particular phase, if we get any requirements, we'll not include that one, right? We'll include in the next release. Here also, till completion of this phase, will not include these requirements, right? We'll include that particular thing in the next release, like that. So that is one of the small disadvantage. And another one is like if you see here, as I told you, suppose if this is one release, we'll do waterfall model. So every cycle here, like it will be like it waterfall model, right? Again, every cycle of spiral model looks like waterfall model, right? Here, suppose if you, from here to here, this is one cycle. From here to here, this is one cycle. Here also it is involved this all phases. So every cycle of this one like looks like waterfall model only. So like that it will be. So the spiral model. Okay. So any doubts as of now? Otherwise, we can go to the. So the next model is like V model, which is somewhat important for as people are 2 to 3 years experience. So they you may get interview questions in this waterfall model, V model during the interviews. So like V model, or we can call it as like a VV model, verification and validation. So in testing side, you may hear these type of words regularly: verification, validation. So here, how it will be is like I will tell you at a high level today, and I will continue the remaining things here. So here, V model means like we can consider as like it will be the diagram will be so like this it will be. So V model. So this is waterfall model. This is spiral model. This will be the V model. So here, if you observe, first the business requirements specification will be there, right? And then system requirement specification, and then high level design, low level design, and coding. Then unit testing, component testing, integration testing, acceptance testing. So if you observe here, so like here first the business requirement specification. So like here requirements gathering, here the approach will be somewhat different, that's it. So here the business requirement specification means first business team will get the requirements from the client, and then they will check that particular requirements, and they will get some clarity about that requirements from the client, from where they got that requirements. And then they will mention as like a business requirements specification, like that they will prepare some document. And then they will, and then again product team, here business people involved, and then the product team or some product owner, they will design system requirements, uh, system requirement specification document from this business requirement specification document. So this will be like a high level, and then this will not include any technical type of requirements, but they will segregate from this business requirement specification to the system requirement specification, so that the design team can start high level design from the by seeing these requirements. And then as I told you here, design team, they will do high level design, and then they will do low level design. Is nothing but from by seeing these requirements, they will prepare the technical architects will involve here. Like by seeing this document, they will prepare like a, suppose you can consider as like a diagrams, like the functionalities they will mention, and then the flow, how the flow will be from here to here, it will flow, it should flow, and then from this functionality to this functionality it will be, and what are the major functionalities involved. So like that they will prepare. These are also nothing but type of documents. High level design, they will design the document, and then they will explain each and everything from where to where it will flow, like that. And then again, once they are completed with the high level design, they will come to the low level design, in that particular each and individual high level functionality, they will segregate again that functionality to the sub modules, so that the dev team can understand and they can proceed the coding with the by using the low level design, right? So here, if you see, then the coding team will start the coding uh, using the low level design technique. Okay. So then once the coding is completed, then unit testing will start. And then component testing is nothing but integration testing, you can term it as, and then this system testing, and then acceptance testing. So, like that, these are the different types of phases involved in the V model. First, it will flow from like this, from here to here, and then from here to here. So, this is the V model. Okay. So, so that is the main thing here for the V model, and I will explain you some of the other topics tomorrow also. And here, and another points which I can cover here is here we will do business requirement specification, system requirement specification, high level design. These all like the documents. So here here also we'll do the testing for each and everything, like business requirement specification, but will not involve only the business team. Then like product team will test this document, and then so not only product team. So here the testing will be involved, each and every phase the testing will be involved. That's the point here. So here the high level design, low level design, and each and every. So if you see, these all are documents. So we'll test these documents by using a different type of techniques, different type of flows, like review, walkthrough, and inspection techniques. By using that techniques, we'll test these documents. So which we can call it as like a static testing, right? We are verifying these documents using some techniques like review, walkthrough, and inspection. Okay. And I will tell you high level, and I will explain you tomorrow very clear. So here, using the static testing techniques, we'll test this one. And here, once the actual code is ready, then we'll do the testing on the code. Till this time the code is not ready, right? Till this time only the documents will be there. So we'll test the documents, not we, someone, someone else other than the testing team. And from here, once the code is ready, means the product is ready here, so we'll start to create testing this particular code using these all methods. So that is the difference.
Venkatesh,
Yeah. Yeah.
are any QA member involved in this design high level and low level phase and this requirement gathering and
No, no,
analysis of requirement?
no, no, no QA team will be involved here.
Okay,
Once
and
each and everything is ready, then only QA team will involve in the system testing phase. Till that time, they will not involve, which I will
okay.
explain you tomorrow.
Uh,
Yeah, anything.
as diagram shows, there is arrow mark, right? May I know
Mm.
what it indicates? Left,
This in
right to,
this one.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
this
yes.
I will explain you like tomorrow. Like once I complete this whole thing, then only you can. So while in unit testing,